Let's begin today by arriving fully in this moment, fully on your mat, fully here. Try not to think of what you have to do later on or what you haven't done. Let's start by rolling the neck. Exhaling as the nose drops down, inhaling as it comes back up. Leading with the nose. And when you finish your circle, go the other direction. We're going to place our left hand out beside us, and our right hand is going to gently touch our ears as you use just the weight of our hand down to the head. Feeling a nice stretch in the neck. Exhale as we release and switch to the other side. Release everything. Maybe interlace the fingers behind you. Open the chest. Take a deep breath in. And a long breath out. As you go to hug yourself. Clasping your hands behind your back. Let's go for a forward fold. As we gently walk our fingers out in front of us. Melting our heart down. Feeling a nice stretch in the hip. And gently coming back up to center. Switch your legs. So if your right leg was in front, now bring it behind, and vice versa. You should feel a nice stretch on the other side. A little awakening of the hips. Bringing full breaths in. As you inhale, brings you back to center. A few little wrist circles, rotating them clockwise and anti-clockwise. Let's now meet in our tabletop position. Knees stacked directly under hips, wrists over the shoulders. Create a little engagement with the core. As you drop the belly, inhale, open the chest. Exhale, curling around the spine. Inhale, really opening up, feeling every little movement, all the little muscles. Awakening the spine, awakening the body. Intuitive movements is always welcome. As we place our hand in front of us, let's slowly lower down to the ground to our Sphinx pose. Opening up through the top back body. Inhale. Exhale. Let's bring the hands to our rib cage. As we inhale, slightly open the chest, baby cobra. Exhale, forward fold. Tuck the toes back under as you lift up to your strong plank. Strong plank as the heel of the feet touches the back of the mat. Arching through the upper back, engaging the whole body. Inhale, exhale as we meet in our downward facing dog. Your first down dog, so welcome to pedal it out, walk your dog, shifting your weight between the legs, Option to look under the chest, under the armpit chest. Middle finger, make sure it's pointing forward, fingertips spread wide. Finding a moment of stillness as we stay in our down dog. Deep breaths in the belly and long breaths out through the nose. Let's slowly, tiptoe by tiptoe, walk our way to the front of our mat. Option to grab the elbows and hang. Slight bend in the knees is always nice. No need to force. Breathing deeply and exhaling it all out. Fingertips can touch the mat as we inhale, open the chest, halfway lift. And we exhale, we fold forward. Inhale, exhale, plant the hands. Let's step or jump back to our strong plank. As we shift our weight forward and back to our downward facing dog. Inhale, exhale. Let's bring the right foot forward in between the hands. Opening up the chest, trying to not put too much pressure on the fingertips. Breathing deeply. Option to drop the back knee, untuck the toes. If you want to lift up and open through the chest, maybe bringing the hands to the front knee. Try not to dump all your weight into the hips, keeping a bit of an integrity. Breathing here. Fingertips can come back to the ground as you roll onto that front leg, straightening it. Keeping those toes flexed towards you. As you inhale, open your chest. Exhale, curl and round the spine. We're going to be holding these poses for a bit longer than usual to really get into all those nooks and crannies. Let's roll back into that front leg. As you take a deep breath in, inhale. Exhale, untuck the toes and let's shift our weight round to the side of our mat. Trying to open up through the chest, keeping the chest nice and open. Your right foot may not touch the ground and that's okay. Option to come into a bind with a deep hip stretch on your right hip. Or hands come in prayer position, your choice. Left foot toes flex towards you. Inhale. Exhale. Releasing everything where you are. We're going to come into our standing straddle. Keeping the chest and the spine in a flat back position. As we exhale, melt our heart down to the ground. Keeping our hands in line with the feet, so making sure that the palms are directly in line. Trying to pull and use the floor to help us get deeper into this pose. A nice stretch for the back of the thighs. Breathing into those muscles, relaxing them, feeling it out. Let's inhale, come up flat back position and go to the other side. So now the left hip. Again, right toes flex towards you, keeping the chest as open as you can. A bit of softness. If you feel like you're putting too much pressure somewhere, try to create a bit more softness. Again, options come into the bind when the hands interlace behind you, coming into a deep stretch in the hip. Inhale. Exhale. Slowly release everything. We're going to be on the other side now. So with the left foot forward and the right leg back into our low lunge. Fingertips on the ground, opening up through the chest. Focusing on the breath. Untucking back toes, dropping that back knee. Maybe placing the hand on that front leg. Pulling your pelvis in, curling those hips back inwards. Feeling a nice stretch. Deep breaths in and long breaths out. Your trail of thought could go somewhere else, but let's try and keep it here. As we exhale, rolling back onto that leg. Left toes point directly in front of you. Inhale as you open the chest. Exhale, let's fold forward. That front leg, the left leg, is no need to be fully straight. You can have a slight bounce, a slight bend in the knee. Let's roll forward back onto that left leg and onto our low lunge. Curl the toes back under. Plant the hands as we step it back to our plank. Staying in this plank for a few moments, breathing deeply, pushing away, creating resistance between the floor and yourself. Maybe lifting up one leg and then the other. More core strength. As we slowly shift our weight forward and back with an exhale to our downward facing dog. Breathing. The breath is so important. The breath is your fuel to guide you through this. So taking deep breaths in is really crucial. Keeping that belly tucked in your downward facing dog. Thighs rotating inwards towards the center. Fingertips pushing away from the ground. As we gently lower down our knees to the ground. Spread our knees wide and go to our child's pose. Melting the heart. Fingertips forward. Full breaths in and out. Maybe taking a moment to listen to the sounds around you. Being fully here today. Options come onto the fingertips for a deeper stretch. Let's come back up to our seated now, as we shift our legs in front of us, coming to our staff pose. Toes flexed towards us, lengthening through the spine and the crown of the head. Fingers can come to the thighs. As we inhale, maybe roll the shoulders back slightly. Inhale, let's lift up, fingertips to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. option wherever you are to grab the thighs, the calves, the toes, wherever feels comfortable for you. Inhaling deeply. As you open the chest, exhale, let's fold forward. Trying to find a sense of relaxation in these poses. Taking the time. As we inhale, lifting fingers back up. Now placing the palms of our hand behind us, fingers pointed towards us. Toes pointed forward. As we inhale, lift up, open through the hips. Options, drop the head back. Lifting up. Feeling a nice stretch in the wrists, the arms, the hips. And the chest open, a nice heart opener. As we exhale, slowly plant our bum back down. Maybe wiggling the toes. With an inhale, slide your right foot towards your groin. Reaching our right hand in front of us with an inhale. Exhale, coming to a bind behind us. If your hands don't reach, that's okay. They can touch your leg. Eventually one day, you'll reach back there. Or a belt, or clothing, a t-shirt, anything to help you get to this bind. Keeping that left foot pointed towards you. Trying to keep a nice opening of the chest. Breathing into that right hip. And with an exhale, slowly releasing the bind and gently releasing that right leg back down. Let's go to the other side now. The left leg slides forward, feet planted on the ground. Inhale as you reach forward with the left hand. Exhale as you twist it around your body, trying to come to the bind on the other side. Keeping those right toes pointed towards you. Opening up through the chest, through the spine. Inhale, exhale. And slowly, gently releasing the arms, releasing the legs. Maybe wiggling the toes up and down, shaking the legs, shaking it all out. Let's come into our butterfly as we shift our feet in towards our groin area. Trying to pull them as close as you can towards you. Lifting up through the spine, opening up through the chest. Maybe flapping your wings, flapping your thighs. You may notice one is more stretched than the others, one is more open. That's okay, it's normal. Let's inhale, open our chest. Exhale, we're going to forward fold. Here, one of the very few places we can round the spine. Maybe you want to inhale, come back up, and exhale, fold a little deeper. Letting the head hang. Maybe using the elbows to push the thighs more into the ground. Hands can be at your feet or be at your thighs, wherever feels more comfortable. Opening up through the hip flexors. Let's inhale as it brings us back to center. And gently with our hands, helping our thighs, and our knees coming towards the center. Let's shift our weight forward as we come into our yogi squat. Hands resisting away from the thighs, pushing them out. Option to come into prayer position. Try to open through the chest. As we inhale, lift ourselves back up to our forward fold. Swirling and wiggling around, let's plant the hands. Fold the neck. You may feel you go a little bit deeper this time into the stretch. Inhale, fingertips touch the mat. Exhale, plant the hands as we step or jump back to our plank. Inhale, exhale, downward facing dog. Shifting that right foot forward in between the hands, let's lift up to our warrior one. Option hands on the hips or hands straight in front of us or in the sky. Making sure that back heel is rooted as far as it can into the ground. Let's open up on the left side. Warrior two. Hands can stay on the hips. Trying to make sure that right knee is pushing away from the mat. We're trying to tear the mat apart by using our thighs. Let's inhale and exhale to our peaceful warrior as the right hand swings back, opening through the chest. Exhale, elbow to knee, as the left hand sweeps up over our head. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale, back to our warrior two. Let's now grasp the hands behind us as we inhale, open the chest and melt our heart forward towards the left corner of the top mat. Trying to create a bit of balance, a bit of stability here. Pushing that front foot into the ground and rooting that back leg down. Let's inhale, lift ourselves back up. Shift our weight to the front of our mat for our warrior one. Exhale, plant the hands, lowering down to the ground. Inhale, upward facing dog. And with an exhale, downward facing dog. Breathing deeply. Let's bring now the left foot forward, warrior one. Hips pointing to the front of the mat. Integrity in the spine. Trying to pull the hips in. You can use your hips to pull your hips in. Breathing here. And then let's slowly twist open to the right side. Warrior two. Pushing that left leg inside the right side of the mat. Let's switch over to our peaceful warrior. As the left hand swings back, opening up through the side body. And exhale, elbow to knee. Try not to dump too much weight into the neck, keeping a bit of resistance, keeping the neck up. Let's come back to our warrior two as we grasp the hands behind us. Inhale, open our chest. Exhale, let's fold forward towards our left knee. at the right corner of the mat. Deep stretch in the hips, keeping those feet rooted to the ground, your stability, your balance. Using the breath to go deeper into the pose. Deep breath in and a long breath out. And with the inhale, brings you back to center, to your warrior one. Planting the hands back down, shifting the weight forward as we chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And an exhale, floating it back to your downward facing dog. Slowly now, lowering those legs, those knees. Slowly lowering everything back down as we wind down this practice. Appreciating the ground feeling, the floor feeling. Inhale, let's lift the toes up from the ground as we hug our knees towards our chest. Let's bring our fingers out either sides of us. We're going to go for a twist. Inhale, we're going to lift up the right knee up towards our chest. Exhale, we're going to twist it open to the left as we're gazing to the right. Making sure to keep those shoulders on the ground. That's one of the most important things. It's not how far your knee goes to the other side. It's keeping those shoulders rooted on the ground. Equalizing the spine. Such a lovely stretch. Neutralizing the body. Trying to make your breaths deep and slow in these moments. Inhale brings you back to center. And let's switch to the other side. Left leg comes up. Inhale. Exhale. Let's twist it open to the left. Taking it slowly. And with your next inhale, we're going to gently come back to our center. Bringing our knees to our chest as we hug our knees. As we gently come into our Supta Baddha Konasana, soles of our feet touch, and knees spread wide open. Right hand on your heart, left hand on your belly. Focusing on the breath, feeling your hand inflate as you breathe in. And deflate as you breathe out. With your right hand, feeling your heartbeat. Slowly and gently